What if I told you that this order pays more than this order profits-wise? Would you call me a liar? And what if I told you that this order only pays about 4 cents more profit-wise than this order? Would you believe me? If you don't believe me, divide the pay by the miles and see what number you get. Now, before anyone says anything, I'm not telling you to take a 275. I'm telling you to monitor your profits versus your losses. Don't focus on the dollar amount that you see and make your judgment based on the dollar amount. Some people will say, this 275 is not worth it because it's 275. I'm not moving my car for 275. But a lot of them fail to realize that the same 275 that they do not want to take is hidden in the final pay as the base pay. You think you're avoiding the 275, but you're really not. You're still accepting the 275. One is very upfront, and the other is hidden behind. Think about that for a minute. As drivers, we should be focused on our profits versus our losses. Now, I've been called a shill. I've been called all different types of names. And I was even questioned in my recent video asking if DoorDash is paying me, or how much DoorDash is paying me to try to convince people to take $2.75. Now, there were two drivers in the comment section of that video going back and forth. One, I feel, would decline this $2.75 because it's $2.75. And the other would accept the $2.75 because it would be profitable. If you are one of those drivers that just looks at the dollar amount and not see where you're going to gain or lose, then you already lost the game. But if you pay attention and you focus on how can I make this profitable for me and the car that I drive and the distance that I have to go, then you just got a W. You won. I believe so many drivers focus on the dollar amount so much that they do not even know where they're losing money and time. And in the previous video, what did I say? Time is something you cannot get back. If you lose gas by driving all these miles, you could easily go to the nearest gas station and fill up. If you break apart on your vehicle driving these miles, you could easily go to a garage and say, hey, I got a couple $100. Can you replace that for me? But guess what? Your time you never get back, which makes this order going 2 miles for $2.75 much more worth it than an order like this and an order like this. Now, I know I sound crazy to those that will say, I can't believe this dude is putting $2.75 over $14.25, going 10.1 miles. See, I'm not telling you to take $2.75. I'm telling you to look at your profits versus your losses. And between all three of these orders, the $2.75, the $9.75, and the $14.25, the $2.75 is the most profitable. Going back to Zarbin's comment, you lose money because while during that $2.75 order, you will likely miss out on a much more profitable paying offer. How does Zarbin know? How does Zarbin know the next order is a much more profitable order? By the way, some dead miles isn't always a bad thing. because in the long run, you will end up with high-paying offers that will offset the dead miles, which will make you more profitable. So Zarbin is willing to gamble on the dead miles and what they might get after the fact. L. Brittingham is basically saying, I'd rather see my profits now than try to figure out if I will make a profit later. And I don't see nothing wrong with either viewpoint. But the only thing I want you to think about is, am I focused on the dollar amount, or am I focused on my profits versus my losses? I asked the question on the community tab about whether you would take this offer or you would take this offer. $3 going 1.6 miles at Chick-fil-A. Some people said they would take the $12.50 and deal with the miles going 16 miles. One item. What do we know about places like Chick-fil-A and Crumble Cookies? Crumble Cookies, oh, it's packed all the time. Okay. Now, Chick-fil-A, is it as packed as Crumble Cookies inside the lobby? No. Well, then again, when you think about it, Crumble Cookies space is limited. Chick-fil-A space is maybe more wide. But when you think about it, though, why not take this Chick-fil-A for $3 going 1.6 miles and possibly get something like this after you're done with it? I'm not saying that's what happened, but you now open the door to more offers in the area, and you didn't even have to drive those miles. Which one is more profitable? The $12.50 going 16 miles, or the $3 going 1.6 miles? And by the time you're done with it, you might get a $9, like this one, going 7 miles. 7.1 to be exact. When you really look at the numbers, you're still going to be making more in less time. So what type of driver are you? Are you the driver that likes to focus on your time? Or are you the driver that likes to focus on the dollar amount? Let me know in the comment section down below so we can get this conversation going. See you in the next video. Deuces.